not Roseanne. It's John Goodman.
Keep you alive. You were in an accident. And I saved your life by bringing you
I thought that
here.
was his daughter.
And everyone outside here is
It looks
dead.
like it from the first trailer.
What happened to your arm when you tried to escape?
I was trying to get in.
What was that?
Quiet.
What was it?
How do you know that this is real?
It's Roseanne.
Help! Roseanne's after me. Monsters.
It was like Blast from the Past, but darker,
Something.
and no Alicia Silverstone.
10 Cloverfield Lane in theaters and IMAX March 11th. Tickets on sale now.
Let's talk about it.
Shall we talk?
I'm here. So that was 10 Cloverfield Lane trailer number 2.
Number 2. Now, the number 1 trailer that I saw, and we kind of talked about, you almost get the premise that it was his daughter, John
Yes.
Goodman's daughter, which is a little confusing with the second trailer because you totally don't get that idea. It almost looks like she is in an accident. He like stitches her up, gets her
Right.
better,
Right.
brings her in, but
Maybe amnesia.
yeah, he has her chained to a bed though. So I guess he doesn't really know is she good or bad. It stars John Goodman, like I said. The girl in it, apologies, I don't remember her actual name, but she's been in a laundry list of movies.
Look, the main thing we know is it's John McClane's daughter,
Yeah,
so we know she can take care of John Goodman.
she can take care of John Goodman for sure. And she was actually in a movie that I know our kids like. She was in Sky High.
Yes, that's
So-
where I remember her most from, unfortunately.
So, from a parent's perspective, you know Sky High. Unfortunately, hey, but it has Kurt Russell in it, so
Right.
anything with him is cool. But back to the trailer. Reviewed it. I'm actually really anxious to see it. Comes out March 11th, so it's right around the corner.
Yeah, I am too, because the mystery, the shroud of mystery, and let's talk about that because J.J. Abrams kind of slid it underneath the radar.
Yeah, dude. Everybody's looking at Force Awakens, and lo and behold, there's a Cloverfield movie.
Right.
Don't know if sequel to prequel.
Right. Which I think, if you remember when the first Cloverfield came out, what was that? 2008, 2009? When that one came out, it was total secret, and everybody was like, what is this movie? And I think that's what he does best on. I mean, when he revealed the Force Awakens trailer, the pre-sales just went through the roof. He is a showman about, bringing things in and not dousing us with, thousands of pictures and, and everything like that. So yeah, there's definitely this shroud of secrecy. So we're going to talk about that and talk about the theories of this movie.
Now, one cool thing before I get on the theory, remember with the first one, that was actually when they filmed the movie and they sent out the movie to the theaters. Mm-hmm. They had it as Cloverfield, and they had no idea what Cloverfield meant. That was actually kind of an inside joke with the production company.
Yep.
They just called it Cloverfield because they couldn't call it, monster movie, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And they actually just kept it, which I think is cool.
Yeah, it
they
is
just
cool.
kept the original title.
It is cool.
But with the movie, like you said, it came in under the radar. Kind of the backstory, and I kind of did a little bit of research. I went back and watched Cloverfield 1 recently, and supposedly the monster in the movie, the big white, almost kind of looks like a squid Godzilla. All white, kind of really...
Reminds me of a big version of the Independence Day.
Right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
alien.
Absolutely. So supposedly in the movie, if you've seen the first one, it shows the main guy and the girl that he likes. They're at like a fair or carnival, and supposedly you see in the background when they're filming on their little camera that something falls from the sky.
Right.
Supposedly it's supposed to be a baby alien, and then that's what happens. Like 6 months later, the actual movie takes
Gotcha.
place, and that's supposed to be the baby looking for the mama, wreaking havoc on the whole entire city.
Gotcha.
So I mean, it's kind of cool. It's something. It's almost like the America Godzilla.
So yeah, it's without that happy ending of like Super 8.
Oh yeah,
where the monster's just trying to get home. No, this monster is pretty pissed and destroying everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like our modern day Godzilla. That's a good take on it.
It's definitely something I'm going to see for sure.
Yeah. So that's the premise of the first movie, and which if you haven't seen the first movie, go check it out definitely before you see this one. Now we have no idea if this is a prequel, a sequel, if it happens during. I have my theories about it, but they haven't really said too much, which is cool. I like that. Kind of leaves it up to the viewer.
Now I did read recently that J.J. Abrams has specifically said that it's not called Cloverfield 2 on purpose.
Okay.
So your point being that you don't know if it's a prequel, a sequel, if it's happening during, or you have no idea because it's totally just a shot in the dark. Nobody knows.
Right.
And in the trailer, you never see the monster, of course. In the first one, you do a couple times, but even at that, it's always, kind of off to the side. It never just shows the monster full on.
Right.
Which is kind of like, kind of like Hitchcock, where like you never showed the killer.
Exactly.
You kind of had to use your imagination to where nobody does that anymore. For all the Rob Zombie slasher movies, those are great, but you still have that suspense with Hitchcock. Mm-hmm. And I think J.J. Abrams kind of brings that with this movie. It's like, you hear a loud noise and you see something happen, you don't know what it is.
Right.
I'm excited about it. There's few horror movies out there right now that I'm excited to see, but this is definitely one, and anything Mr. J.J. Abrams will do, I'm going to go see it, that's for sure.
I agree. I know that you either love him or hate him, but he's definitely done some amazing stuff. And he's not directing this, little known director, but he's definitely producing it, and he has a big part of this movie.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, in the first movie, if you watched it, it's kind of like the Blair Witch in that, it's a first person, shooter, where a shaky camera, it's just them with their camera, they're documenting what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a little shaky, which this preview of this second Cloverfield, there's no shaky cameras.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
But it is just them in that bunker, and I wonder how long the time we spend with them in that bunker.
Right.
Because that could be the downfall. Like, we spent an hour and a half of the movie with just them in the bunker. Which they're great actors, but that could get a little long. I don't think they're going to do that, but you definitely get the sense that this is going to be a little bit different take from the first one.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the first one, because I wasn't a real big Blair Witch fan, and I got sick probably watching, I don't even remember.
Right.
But with what they did with Cloverfield, even at that, there were parts in the movie that I really liked to where it was showing the main character in the movie.
Right.
And it was in I think it was like a Radio Shack or like a Best Buy. He goes in there to get like a cell phone case or something, a cell phone charger, I'm sorry. So he's sitting there like holding the camera, just real nonchalant like you would. But what it's doing is it's filming him. It's brilliant. The movie was really good.
Yeah.
Everything about that. So this one, there's no shaky camera, so you're not going to get sick. You're not going to puke. You are going to go see it with me for sure. He's not a scary movie person, but I'm going to take him.
And I don't know if you can classify it as a horror movie. It's definitely a monster flick, which I enjoy monster flicks.
Yeah.
So let's get into some theories. So first off, my personal theory is, I believe this happens during or kind of at the same time as the first movie. Because in the first movie, we follow this group of kids and they're going through the city as this monster is kind of showing up and terrorizing and everything. I'm not going to spoil the end for you. This movie looks like that it happens either around the same time or towards the end of this monster mayhem, because it seems like John Goodman knows what's going on somehow, or he knows that the city's been destroyed or something like that, and so he's keeping her, in the bunker. She's trying to get out because she has no idea, which leads me to believe either she's got amnesia or it just happened and she didn't see any of it.
Right.
So, and that's what I think. I think, it just happened. She got in a car accident because of what was going on. She didn't have a chance to see any news reels. She didn't have a chance to see any monsters. So she has no idea. So that's why I think it just happened. And we're just seeing another area of the impact of the monster.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with you there because I do think that it is going to be during, but I think it's going to be kind of at the tail end too, to where he may have been, in the city at that time, and maybe this is like, an hour outside the city where he lives. He was getting, supplies, heard bad stuff was happening, sees this girl, ran into a pole, unconscious, has amnesia, takes her, leaves with her. But I think when he gets home, he's going to be able to, like, watch his stuff. Like, he's watching news footage.
Right.
And it'd be cool if they tied in the first one to where they brought back, we've actually seen the monster, we have exclusive, look at this camera, it's raw footage, but check this out, and they actually showed some footage from the movie. Dude, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I would really like that.
Or I actually have theory that maybe, because it says 10 Cloverfield Lane, so maybe that's where John Goodman's house is, if that's his house. That's the actual house. And maybe they survive or somewhat survive, and maybe they're the ones that find that lost footage from the first movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that footage, was lost, and maybe that's what they find, and they're able to see what happened. I don't know, but it's definitely a mystery. But
yeah, and I mean, J.J. Abrams does a great job of covering that up. So I mean, you're not really going to know until you go and see it.
Right. Right. I'm excited for it.
So am I. I'm there, dude.
I mean, we're definitely going to review it and let you know, so you don't have to waste your money, or you can waste your money and then see what we thought about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And go during the day, early morning, get the matinee, because most people aren't going to go see it at night because they're going to be scared to death. But that's our quick review of the trailer. You guys like it? We'll put a post down below so you can click on the link and go directly to it if you don't know how to look it up on the internet, so make it easy for you.
Yeah, and definitely check out the first movie if you hadn't, just to get a feel of what Cloverfield's about.
Absolutely. Until next time.
Thank you for being a friend.
Cuzbuzz out.
That's right. We are out. Bam. That was cold.
Ice cold.